The Super Hornet is an aircraft which deploys, as Dutch told you, on the decks of carriers worldwide, protecting American air power, and it is the Hornet's new Sting. With its two General Electric F414 engines, generates how much thrust?
Somewhere north of 20,000 pounds max AV.
Giving it around 40,000 pounds or 42,000 pounds under full afterburner. Let's see if they're about ready to go on runway 5 left. I should say 2-3 left. No, it's 5 left. Man, I get turned around. Different air show every week on runway 5 left.
And Rob, they're going to start off here with a dirty roll to a half Q&A. From left to right, the dirty roll, and then they'll come back from right to left with that half Q&A, similar to what we just saw in that S&J aircraft.
And as they get ready to take off and line up and wait, from the right, Bill left coming through. And give him a wave as he comes by you. But take a look and listen as the United States Navy's A-18 Super Hornet gets ready to take off here at Naval Air Station Oceana. It'll be the sound of freedom. The power generated by those two General Electric engines will allow it to do what they call the dirty roll on takeoff. That's rolling with a landing gear extended. Here comes the Super Hornet. Now, as they accelerate away, they're going to come back for what we'll call a pretty quick for the half Cuban 8, and then they'll push around. And that's right, Rob. And now Chinz and Shunnel are setting up. The Super Hornet exceptionally maneuverable, even though it's one big airplane. Not many aircraft in the world will be able to do all the aircraft like that with those pure ridiculous. Now, I think they're going to set up a high-speed pass. Would that be accurate? It's a roll forward before the high-speed pass. They're going to come in for a mid-radius turn from left to right at 500 feet in max EV. We'll demonstrate the extremely small radius turn capability of the Super Hornet, and as they push outbound to the right, they'll set up for that high-speed pass to follow.
inbound. They'll approach 0.96 indicated Mach number, or just shy of the speed of sound, just over 600 miles per hour at sea level.
Let's see if we can go live to the cockpit, see if they're on with us. Shunnel, Chinz, you guys up on the screen?
We're up.
You want to call some speeds for us on this pass, guys? That's 660 miles an hour. 700 miles. Just the kind of humidity you like on a day like this. You fit it in further when you can see it build up on the jet. You get those beautiful vapor cones and that transonic range drop. It's really cool to see. Just shy of the speed of sound. Okay, Dutch, what's next, dude?
All right, at the over the top on this vertical extension, the Super Hornet will approach the show center from left to right, and then it takes a vertical pirouette. So previously you saw that flat pirouette. Now they're going to go to the vertical, and then it's a quick nose to tail swap with a vertical pirouette. To the show right here, they're set up for what we call the square loop. So they're going to approach show center at 350 miles an hour from the right, and they're going to do a max performance towards the vertical and square off 4 corners in a square loop.
We saw Bill Left do a roundhouse loop, the Barnstormer loop, but doing it with 4 very tight turns imposes a lot of G-load on the crew.
It sure does. A lot of G-load, and also demonstrates the flight control capabilities of the Super Hornet. Show center, they're going to demonstrate a picturing demo, which will demonstrate for you even further how tight the Super Hornet can turn right here from right to force that blood back up to your head by straining your lower body muscles and power. And also for a G-suit, which can find additional changes.
All right, from the right, they're extending. What's coming up next?
They're setting up for the inverted whisper pass, where they'll fly past show center from right to left, inverted for 10 seconds, and as you'll hear, they'll reduce throttles to idle, and it'll sound just like a whisper as they pass show center at over 500 miles per hour, upside down.
Is this something that, well, let's watch this. Go ahead, Dano, fade the music, let's listen to this. Or not listen to this, as the case may be. think they're going to get some noise back in. So that's the sound of surprise, isn't it? Is that something that you can use to your tactical advantage?
Absolutely. The surprise element, and we saw the high-speed pass as well. You really don't hear that sound until they approach or at the show site, which you can imagine if you're on the ground, that's right when they're flying overhead. Now, Rob, what they're set up for now is the high alpha pass, which is one of my favorite maneuvers that will demonstrate the extreme slow speed handling capability of the Super Hornet. We just saw it at high alpha pass in the previous demonstration.
From Bill Left. Right.
Now you're going to see the Super Hornet, who shockingly, we saw 500 miles an hour in that inverted whisper pass. You're going to see right around 100 miles per hour as the Super Hornet goes by from the left to right in a 25 alpha high alpha pass.
Okay, Shunnel, how slow can you go, dude? 105 knots, that's less than 120 miles an hour. Demonstrated in a movie once with Tom Cruise. I'll put on the brakes and he'll fly right by. But that's what he's doing, right?
That's right. That's right. All right, one more pitch rate demo here, Rob, to get themselves set up for their next maneuver. Chinz and Shunnel are now setting up for the CV break. So you'll see as they approach from left to right, they'll be just over 400 knots. This is how land aboard the ship. Come overhead the ship in a CV break at high speed, and as they turn it downwind, they'll slow down, get the gear down, and on final, we're able to go to Shunnel and cockpit, and we can hear some of that comm that occurs between the pilot or Wizzo and the landing signal officer as they approach the ship.
The carrier brake, the CV brake. Watch this, and you'll see the afterburners glowing. Aircraft either on or off the deck because the carrier fleet is at its most vulnerable when they have to be pointed into the wind for flight off.
That's right, Rob. So we try to recover this aircraft as quickly as possible. It takes a lot of coordination between the crews on the deck, our aircraft maintenance crews, and then the pilots and Wizzos who command these aircraft as well.
And about how many aircraft can you land in an hour? Or is it one a minute or one every 5 minutes, or what do you do?
Well, it depends on how quickly and how proficient the crews are, but they can get them down pretty quickly, Rob. And as they practice more, they train more, they can decrease that time.
We're listening. just saw, Dutch, because they touched down and I heard them called, did I ever say bolter?
Shunnel was his best impression of LSO. He's giving a little power ball to bolter. Most LSOs are much angrier than that, much louder on the radio. And they'll give you a much harder time. That was kind of a gentle talk down, trying to get some more of the ship.
All right, but no matter what happens, whether that tail hook catches one of the 3 or 4 wires stretched across the deck, the pilot will shove the throttles forward because of the possibility of a bolter or a miss.
That's right, and then if they miss, they're flying away safely. They'll come back around and try one more time. And if not, that wire will hold them back even at military power. Now, Robert, set up for the photo cast from right to left.
Coming in from the right, your United States Navy's A-18 Super Hornet. And Dutch, you get to do that tomorrow, right?
Yeah, tomorrow we'll do the same, hopefully, weather permitting, it's beautiful like today, we'll give you the same show we saw here today.
But you'll be in which seat?
I'll be in the front seat route, and then tomorrow, my Russo will be Stevie Santos, who we met last week.
Stevie Pete, you betcha. You bet. Well, looking forward to that. Now, we're going to see another CV break to landing. I don't know whether they'll call the audio again, but we got a great demonstration of what it was like. Look for the glow in the tailpipes. That's raw jet fuel being poured into the exhaust of the Rhino. Takes a great deal of dedication, not only among the flight crews, the air crew themselves, but the dedication of a lot of young men and women, officers and enlisted, to make this airplane flyable each and every day.
That's right, Rob. And we have our maintenance team. I'm not sure if they can hear us over there at the hot ramp. We've got Senior Chief Bruce Lynch, got AM2 Chesney, and AM2 Shearer, who run our maintenance operation from the hot ramp out there. They do a terrific job getting these jets flying, and doing what you've seen out here today.
Now, at a descent rate of some 600 to 700 feet per minute, that's not uncommon for private aircraft or airliners, but we do something as civilians that you guys don't do, and we do what is called a landing flare. That's not part of your vocabulary, is it?
No, it's not, Rob. We do a crash to land technique. We'll keep that 600 to 700 feet in all the way till touchdown. Because we simulate the field the same way we do the carrier. And those land here, the Super Hornet, and the Hornet that you see in the Little Angels aircraft are fairly beefed up, much bigger than you see in the normal aircraft for that very reason.
They have to take what you call them controlled crashes. That's the nickname that I've heard in many cases. But that's to get things stopped very, very quickly because you don't have much room to get the jet down because it's